Okay, so what supplements should you take if you're a beginner in the gym? And this video is also for people that have been in the gym for a while but don't know what supplements to take if they have been thinking about it for a while. So the first one is creatine monohydrate, specifically monohydrate. So this one, creatine monohydrate, is like the most researched and well-known type of creatine, and it's also the best because it is the most researched. The other types, there's a couple different types like HCl, CEE, and malate, creatine malate. These ones, they are known, but they're just not as researched, so we don't know as much about them as we do monohydrate. So basically what creatine does is it gives us more energy throughout the day, it gives us more energy throughout our workouts. And it's really good at absorbing water. So why we need it is when we drink a lot of water, we absorb it, right? So we drink it. The creatine inside of like our cells, or like our muscle cells, our muscle fibers, they absorb it more. And what it does is it puffs out our muscles more. I'm using my chest as an example, right? So you're drinking water while you have the creatine in your system. Creatine is also found in like natural meat, like steak and just meat. So when you're drinking it, it absorbs way more water, and so your muscles get bigger because there's more water in them. However, since it does absorb more water, it's more water weight muscle. It's not going to be as dense. It's not going to be like super fucking like tight muscles, like like this, I guess. It's going to be more puffed out. A lot of big influencers are on creatine, but they're also like a lot of them are also on like fucking steroids and testosterone. Granted, yeah, sure, but a lot of the natural ones are on creatine, and you'll notice that their muscles aren't actually like super fucking like tight like that, because it's not really supposed to be. It's more like a bit softer. Not just because they're relaxed, but like it's just more puffed out. There's more water in there, especially for the like less experienced one like me and you. I maybe have like 2 or 3 years of experience in the gym, and you can definitely tell like, yeah, I'm on creatine. If I wasn't on creatine, first of all, my muscles would be smaller, and they would be way more fucking dense. They would be way more like tight. Like you could touch them like this, and they'd be just like a lot harder. Right now, I look way better, but it's just a little bit softer. That's sort of like the drawback. However, I think it's completely worth it because you'll be stronger, you'll be bigger. It's just like, oh my god, you'll be fucking softer. Like, it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it? So take creatine monohydrate, specifically monohydrate. Okay, so number 2, L-citrulline. Basically what it does is it improves the blood flow in your muscles, and it reduces the muscle fatigue. Basically, in short, it works by improving the circulation in your muscle. So when you're working out, the reason why you get a pump is because there's way more circulation. So if you take this 30 to 60 minutes before your workout, specifically that time frame, then you're going to have a lot better circulation in your muscles. That means you have that more energy to lift way more. So when you're at the end of your set, usually you'll be able to do, let's say, I don't know, a benchmark rep would be 8. All right, let's say we usually do 8 reps of that weight. We're at the 8th one, and then we fail. With L-citrulline in our system, we can do past that. We have that little bit more energy to take us past that. And that way, we get way more reps in. We can do something heavier weights. And you'll notice, if you still go to failure with the higher weight, with the higher rep count, you'll notice that your pump is much better. If you continuously take L-citrulline, then your physique will look way better. Like I'm telling you, your pump will look way better. However, of course, like beginner tip, don't always chase the pump. Chase like the thing that'll help you grow the most. So that's number 2, L-citrulline. And number 3, finally, is protein powder. A lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, protein powder. I don't know why, but it gets a lot of hate, especially from like middle-aged people, like parents. They're like, oh, protein powder, you're going to get big. Like, what? It doesn't make sense. It's literally just protein extracted from meat. Except for the gay kind, like vegan protein. Like, don't take that shit. That shit's horrible for you. That's literally artificial fucking food. Don't take that. Only take 100% whey isolate protein. The one that I take is called 100% whey isolate protein, New Zealand. It's from New Zealand because the grass-fed beef in New Zealand is like, it's really high quality, and then you take the protein from that, you make the protein powder 100% isolate, and you get a really good protein powder. The 100% isolate just means that the actual protein that they extracted from the meat, or whatever meat it may have been, like whatever animal it may have been, they extract 100% of the protein. Because usually when you look at protein powder, if it doesn't say 100% isolate or some shit like that, then probably there's a little bit of fat in there, there's a little bit of carbohydrates in there. We don't want that. It might take a little bit more money, granted, but you get a lot more in return. It's way more bang work for your buck, whatever the saying is, it's way more worth it. Because you do get 100% protein instead of fucking 60% protein and 20% carbs, 20%, I don't know, some weird shit. Those are the three absolute necessity supplements that you should be taking if you're in the gym. If you're just beginning in the gym, I would recommend what you should do with creatine specifically is when you're at the beginning is, let's say it's your first day taking creatine, you should take about 20 grams of protein. Like, I don't have the bucket with me. You take about 20, that would be about 4 scoops for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next day I would do 10, and then 10 the next day after that, and then from then on 5. 5 should be your like base. You should be taking 5 grams of creatine every single day, even if you're not working out, but that's just a side thing. You should be taking 5 grams of protein every single day. And before that, you want to sort of overload your system because your system hasn't actually gotten this much creatine yet. So you kind of want to get used to it. When you're overloading, your body's like, oh fuck, we're getting a lot of creatine. It's like, okay, I gotta get used to this shit. And then after it gets used to it, then you can start being normal. You can start taking 5 grams every day. Anyway, that's about it. Those are the 3 absolute supplements that you should be taking. I'll see you next time.